If you love talking about cats, but your friends and family are kind of over it, this is the podcast for you. Join your hosts, Danielle Stray Woolley and Elizabeth Calico Gearhart, on the Jersey PodCats, where everyday cat lovers share funny stories, challenging situations, and ask their questions about cats. All right, let's get right into this episode.
Hi, I'm Danielle Woolley.
And I'm Elizabeth Gearhart. And we are the Jersey PodCats.
And
We're getting better.
Yeah, and I was just saying before we get started, I was like, let's get pumped. And she's like, why aren't you recording that? So
She's doing a little dance over here.
And here we are.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
So
you have
fun again.
Yeah, you have a story for us
Yes.
to talk about.
So it's one that I mentioned a while ago, but I never actually bothered to follow back up on and like get the details of it. It was when I was talking about how there was a cat that somebody like was walking by like while they were traveling, and like I guess as a joke posted it on Yelp and gave it a review. And then people were like, "Oh my gosh, I've seen that cat too." And then they started putting reviews. So it was it says cat becomes Polish city's top rated tourist attraction. And I'm probably butchering the cat's name, but it says, this cat is, sorry, YouTube. You're going to have to go on YouTube. We'll share it too. But this cat is just so like, has no clue what's going on, I think.
Right.
But it says a large black and white cat named Gacek, somebody correct me if you know, became top rated tourist attraction in the Polish city of, I'm going to spell it, Szczyzn. He already has, guess how many Google reviews he has?
25?
1,000.
Oh my.
And this was back in February, so he probably has more now. But he has a near perfect average rating of 4.9 out of 5 stars.
Oh, I wonder who dinged him on their review.
Yeah, it said
That's
that
hilarious.
it started in 2020, I guess is when like a local news outlet reported on him. And it said like as people start traveling, they actually have been leaving really funny comments. And this is such a typical cat comment to leave. Someone wrote, "It was worth traveling 3 hours to feel ignored by him."
Yes.
Yeah, and someone else, they flew in to see him. And someone said, "As expected, the cat did not pay any attention to me, but it made the experience fully wholesome."
They flew in to see the cat.
Yeah.
Somebody
else wrote, "I prefer dogs," and left a 1-star review.
Oh, that's who dinged it. Oh, that's mean.
Yeah. But it's funny though, like when you're traveling, I know like when I traveled, when I was in Mykonos in Greece, there were cats everywhere, but like not like sick looking or like neglected. The community there actually was taking care of the cats, which was pretty cool.
Well, I had a weird situation when we were in Iceland. So we were in Iceland for a week and it was the wrong time of year to go. It was cold. Everything was slushy. And my son wanted to go for his 16th birthday since he didn't have a sweet 16. And it was okay, but I was not really having the best vacation of my life because I don't like the cold. We were walking down the street and these two people were walking towards us. And this woman was holding this small, long-haired Chihuahua. And I was like, "Oh, that's such a cute dog. Can I pet it?" She's like, "Do you want to hold it?" And I held this long-haired Chihuahua and its ears were so soft. And that was the sweetest dog. I was like, "Oh, thank you. That was so nice." I felt so much better after that. It was so funny. You know,
you always talk about how you think cats like purposely have soft like fur to make you want to pet them. And I think that Luffy's trying to play something, my foster cat, because when we took him in, he was like really scraggly and not clean and all that fun stuff. But now he's so soft. Like I could sit for like 10 minutes just petting him. I'm like, that's how they get you addicted to them.
That is, yes. Well, so Kushi's here with me now under the desk and he is in his very soft mode. Mm-hmm. Sometimes when he comes in from outside, he's still got his fur really coarse, but right now he's really soft. So.
I'm curious to hear of any other spots that people go just to kind of see cats or have like a famous cat or someone that they go to visit. Like when I went on my cruise, I tried going to a bookstore that I saw that had cats there, but it just didn't fit into the schedule.
Well, you know the polydactyl cats down in Florida, right?
Oh yeah, I've been there.
People go there. Yeah, I haven't been there, but I have my own polydactyl. So
yeah, the Hemingway House.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
interesting
Thank
because
you.
it was one of those things where I was like, oh, this is a cool thing to do. We figure we'll walk around 5-10 minutes out. We were there for like an hour or two because you're not allowed to pick the cats up there. So I would just sit and wait for them to come to me.
And they did, of
They
course.
for sure did.
They all
Yeah.
did, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah. So, well, you had another question you were going to ask about our cats, yours and mine in particular.
Oh yeah. So because also so after I saw that, then I also learned, because obviously Elizabeth and I are in New Jersey, there's also a Home Depot local. Well, not super local. New Jersey is not that big, but it's big enough that it's too far for me to drive to unless I have a reason to drive down there. But there was a Home Depot that actually took in a cat that like just kind of showed up, and they decided to keep it as like a Home Depot store cat. Hang on, let me pull that one up. Oh, they named him Leo. So his name is Leo the Home Depot cat. But now people are actually going there, like going out of the way to go to that Home Depot just so they can say hi to the cat. And it has its like own area. So he's famous now. So that got me thinking, like, if one of our cats were to become famous, what would it be for?
Well, you know what Max would be for, besides the high vet bills. Max would be for these ginormous paws that cat has. Oh my gosh. He's not only like one extra finger, he's like 2.5 extra fingers on each front foot. And he's actually, unlike a lot of other polydactyls, he's got extra toes on his back feet too. And his back feet look like they belong to some wild critter. So yeah, that would be Max's.
You should probably get like some videos of him like high-fiving people.
Yeah. Yeah. So what would Loki's be?
He's really good at climbing. So it could be something where like, I don't know, maybe he's the one who climbs to the top of a tree to help a stuck cat who's in a tree get down from the tree. I have no idea. Making stuff up here.
Yeah. I think Cushy's would be just, he's Mr. Cool, but he turns on the affection for certain people. So you could come and see him and he might ignore you, or he might give you all sorts of pets, but he is very Mr. Pink Pantherish type of cool cat.
I'm looking up one more thing you just made me think of.
Well, and I'll tell you Lily while you're looking. Lily has got the most beautiful face. So I think people would come to see her just because she is an absolutely gorgeous cat. I mean, she's got a beautiful coat of fur and body and everything, but she's got these green eyes, and they're a different shape than the other cat's eyes. And they're very expressive. And she'll sit there when I'm on the sofa and she'll just look at me with her eyes, and like she might open her mouth a little bit, but she'll just look at me until I, of course, get up. And sometimes she doesn't even want anything. She just wants me to get up. I don't know why. Maybe it's that, sitting is the new smoking kind of thing.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, they would come to see her because she's so pretty. And she runs really fast too, even though she's got tiny short legs.
Yeah. I've been seeing videos going around. It's for dogs though, where they have like traveling dog joggers. So it's like a little truck where they have a little treadmill on it, and they hook the dog up so they can run. And I guess it's for like people who live in areas where it's too hot outside, maybe, or the blacktop's too much. I'm not quite sure. But when you said that, I just got a vision of Lily doing that.
Yeah.
Like, hook her up, see how fast she goes. She
used to go to the very top of our yard. We live on a hill, and run all the way down and across the deck and into the porch and through the screen porch door, which would be open, and all the way to the front of the house, like just galloping as fast as she could. It was so cute. So what
else the other cats would be famous for?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about the
maybe
rest
my
of your
cats aren't as interesting as I make them sound every day? Because I'm definitely, I don't know if you've seen the meme that's like, look at my cat, look at my cat, look at my, I do that all day long. Drives Brian crazy. Look at him. Look, he just made a cute noise. Oh, look at him stretching. Look at him.
So you said Loki was a climber, but I have to, Thor is beautiful. He looks like one of my favorite cats ever that I had. His name was Midi Mithrandir, the Gray Pilgrim from Lord of the Rings. But anyway, he is a beautiful, beautiful cat. So I think people would come for that.
Yeah, or he'd be good at boxing. He'd be a famous boxer. That's what he would be. Because you don't see it coming. He's so like gentle, but like so not. I don't know how to explain it. I'm explaining it wrong. But like you'll just be petting him, and if he's done, he'll just give you like that whack. Like, all right, there's your warning sign.
What about Tony?
Tony, he's very good at jumping for toys. So not climbing necessarily, but he's the one who's addicted to the stick toy that's broken that had the feather at the end, but now it just has a zip tie and an old piece of like turkey twine.
Yeah. And you could go buy a new one, but he wouldn't like it.
Nope, not at all.
Yeah. And then who's your other cat?
Derek. As I said, I can't think of anything for Derek.
Oh.
He's just he'll sit and snuggle. That's about it.
Oh, well, people would come for that, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'll have to make them famous. I'll have to do something more with them, make them more interesting. Tell them to up their social media fame a bit.
Well, when I had Checkers, I had this Cats Who Wear Hats Instagram site, and I could put hats on her. I could put all sorts of things. I could dress her up, and she just went along with it, and she just purred, and she was so pretty. And she would have been famous for that, for being able to be dressed up like a little doll. She was so cute.
I found the other article I was looking for. I was totally listening to you, and it's very cute. And actually, didn't she used to have a whole bunch of pictures online of her in all of her different hats?
They are still there under
still there?
Checkers 963. That's her Instagram account. Yeah.
Aw. So sorry, I just got excited because I wanted to make sure I was giving the correct information before I started talking about it. So, I lost it again. What is wrong with me today? Whoever's listening, I think I need a coffee. I did not have any caffeine today. Wow. It was a world record breaking. Oh, here it is. So Bella, the cat, just recently breaks the loudest purr world record.
Did you hear that, Kushi?
Bella's 14 years old, and she managed to hit 54.6 decibels. It says it's a noise equivalent to the volume of a boiling kettle. I wonder if I can get it on the microphone.
Wow.
Bella, are you ready?
Yes, we are.
Can't hear that, can you?
Not really.
54.6
Oh, it's because I got a new phone and I have something in the wrong spot. I'll have to edit it in.
Yeah.
I'll edit it in. But it didn't sound that loud to me. So I feel like maybe one of my cats would be famous for that. New life goal. I got to get one of those decibel reader thingies.
Well, Checkers was famous at our vet. I might have told this story before, but we've been doing this for almost a year now. We're getting close. So it could have been a year ago. But when we used to take her to the vet, we had to give her gabapentin before she could go and even if she had the gabapentin, it only took the very slightest edge off. She hated the vet with a passion. And one time I was there with one of my kids and they took her into the back room and we were way clear across on the other side of the vet. And we could hear her screaming her head off. Everybody in the vet could hear her screaming her head off. And they had to wear chainmail gloves with her and everything. And she was not a mean cat. She just, for some reason, hated the vet. So anyway, we tried to avoid taking her.
It used to make me think of, how people say like, oh, a mother's instinct kicks in when they start hearing a baby cry. Like that never impacted me at all. But if I think I hear like a cat crying, I'm like jumping out of bed. Like, what's wrong? Who needs help?
Oh, I know. Me too. Yeah, the cats it's funny. They're starting to work together because they go outside and they go in and out constantly all evening long. If I don't leave the door open, and even if I leave the door open, then they don't go out as much. But if I shut the door, they're constantly, one or the other of them is constantly going in and out onto the deck. And Lily wanted to come in and I hadn't seen her right away. So Kushi went over and pretended he wanted to go out, but he didn't want to go out. He just wanted me to let Lily in. So I'll tell you, they keep me busy, but they don't want me to sit down.
Yeah.
That's what it is, I think.
Well, I'm noticing they've all been like gravitating around, and it's funny too how they have their own paths. So like in my office right now that I'm in, when Thor does come in, usually he always goes behind the chair first. Like he won't walk across. Like he always goes behind the chair. Even if at night, like I come to work on something on the computer, he'll come running and following me. But instead of running right here, he'll go behind the desk, around, and then jumps up this way to come up every time. And it's so funny. And then even like the area rug that we have in the bedroom, when it starts to shift itself over, like from us walking on it, he like will look confused. Like, I can't, that's my path. Like it's blocked. Where do I go? Like,
oh,
cats are special, man.
Yeah, they come up with new things all the time too. So I told you, I think last time we talked that Kushi was playing with Max, which was a first. So that's a good sign. So if we are going to have this long, hard, cold winter that you and I are predicting, then at least the cats will get along, hopefully, inside.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, do you
Cushy
guys
just-
have any like changes going on in your house? That's another topic I think is good to talk about, because I know I was talking to somebody who has outdoor cats because they're just not friendly enough to be inside cats or to be adopted, and they're needing to get roof work done. So I was just like, oh gosh,
Ooh.
what are the cats going to do? I mean, obviously
Well-
they'll figure it out, but when there's big changes or noises and stuff like that in the house, how that impacts the cats.
Right. We don't have, well, so I want to see how this is going to look, because our daughter was here and then she went to Japan for 2 weeks. She went to California before that, was home for a day, then went to Japan for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, really. She's coming home tonight at dinner time. And this
So
is
that means
weird.
you're not going to have cats anymore because they're all going to go to her. They're going to ditch you and go to your daughter.
I think Max will, because I think he's mad at me for giving him the medicine. But this was something weird. She said, I texted her because she's in Philly. She's on her way up from Philly. 'Cause they flew in there. And I said, what do you want for dinner tonight? I'll get you anything you want. And I thought she was going to want pizza or something. And she said, can we have a chicken stir fry? Because I didn't get any vegetables hardly in Japan. I'm
Huh.
like, what? How? I thought that's
That
all.
is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't fit my picture of Japan at all, but I'll have to see what that was all about. So yeah, I ducked out to the store right before this episode and got peppers and onions and asparagus and chicken and good rice. So we'll have a nice chicken stir fry. But
That sounds good.
yeah, I have to ask her if she saw any cats in Japan too.
During her travel, yeah, there was another place we'll talk about in a future episode where there's people who actually take a ferry to like this little island to actually go see their stray cats, because that's where they have them all managed. So we'll talk about that next time, because I think it's pretty interesting how they run that.
I wonder how many cats there are in the world. I mean, a lot,
Siri?
right? Yeah. Yeah, Siri.
How many cats are there in the world?
The global cat population is estimated to be as high as 600 million cats, including pets, strays, and feral population.
She's estimating global cat population as 600 million cats, including pets, strays, and feral populations.
Wow.
This is a very techie episode. I'm just like looking everything because I can't remember in my brain. I'm sorry, guys. My brain's not working 100%.
So if you've tried having a cat and it hasn't seemed to be the right fit for you, or you want a cat, I think there's a lot to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
And more being born every day, right?
Yeah. That's why I'm so much of a supporter of TNR, is making sure everybody's spayed and neutered, because there's just too many animals.
Yeah, and that's why Tommy's Cats Rescue is so important too. You guys are doing a lot for cats. And
yeah, the focus is on the spay and neuter of the outdoor cats, and then if they're friendly, then we partner with another organization for them to get adopted. But then we go right back to making sure everybody's fixed.
Yeah. I mean, it's an important thing. So I mean, I would get another cat if Richard would let me. I don't think right now is the right time.
We keep sprinkling it out there. Let's just keep sprinkling it.
I don't think now's the right time. Although that one cat that you showed me, that the honker that you're fostering, is the most adorable cat. Oh my gosh.
And we missed it before too. He didn't go this way on camera, but he came up the stairs before and went that way. He's starting to explore upstairs more now, which is nice.
He's a tuxedo, a black tuxedo.
He's all black. He has like a little drip of white here, and then he's got like 2 white hairs here and like 1 white hair there. It's like,
do you think
very
people
unique.
Do you think people listening to this podcast knew where you were pointing?
No. Oh man.
So she was pointing to her throat and then her back, like
here and here. You're not saying that?
I know we do that all the time on Passage to Profit too. People will hold something up and say, "This is what I'm making," and we're like, "Great," but nobody can see that through the radio waves.
But the best part about him is that his little teeth, he like doesn't close his mouth all the way, and he's just got like these 2 little pointy teeth that stick out at all times. So when I try to get him to look up, because you only see it when he looks up, and when he looks up, he's just got these 2 little cute like.
Oh, you sent
looking
me
at you
a picture like that. Yeah, Cardinal Fang. For anybody who used to listen to old Monty Python, Cardinal Fang. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, I don't know if I told you this, but Cushy lost one of his big teeth.
No.
In the front. I don't know when he lost it, but I took him to the vet because he was congested. And I said, I think he lost a tooth, but he won't let me look. And he said, yeah. And he said, oh, it came out cleanly. It was fine. It looks like it happened a little while ago. I have no idea how he lost that tooth.
So did the vet give you any recommendations of things to like look at or check or keep an eye on?
He said it's fine. It healed up by itself. But every once in a while, he still kind of like licks over there and kind of grimaces a little. So, but no, the vet checked it and said it was okay.
Yeah, you had mentioned before that cats are really good at hiding stuff too. And I have someone else who was telling me that their cat just started randomly peeing outside of the box. And then they realized, like, they made a connection that maybe it's because they're having a tooth issue and they're scheduled for a procedure to remove it, but they're thinking maybe the cat's in pain. So that's why they're peeing outside the box. Fingers crossed that that's all it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they keep taking it to the vet and the vet does blood work and the cat's fine. But then they were like, well, wait a minute. What about that tooth?
But the problem is the tests don't always catch everything, right? I mean, there could be stuff going on that doesn't show up on the test. So
yeah, the cat's acting completely fine otherwise. Just the craziest thing.
That's weird. Yeah. They are a mystery. They need the cat intuitive. They need Mary Beth, who we had on our last episode. We know a few cat intuitives, but yeah.
We really do. So we talk about a couple of fun, interesting things. Keeping these a little bit lighter, shorter, funner, more better, because I like to say silly words like that.
More upbeat.
Yeah, and we really we have a lot of people applying to be on the podcast. It's just a lot to coordinate and orchestrate and schedule. So, keep sending in your guest forms and we'll keep having you on. And we really want to see what other topics you guys want to hear too.
Yeah. Yeah. And if it's a topic we've done before, if you bring a fresh perspective, I mean, we had back to back the cat distribution system. We had someone who was for it and someone who was against
very against it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was good. We should get them on the same show.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. So we enjoy talking to people, if you can't tell.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook communities, the Jersey PodCats podcast community. I'm saying it now because it'll be updated to that before this airs. Now it'll make me do it. And if you want to sponsor the show, if you'd like to promote your business, or if you'd like to be a guest, keep in touch.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks so much for listening. Let's keep the conversation going. Give this podcast a rating so other cat lovers can find it. Connect with the Jersey PodCats on social media or visit thejerseypodcats.com and leave a message sharing a story or question about cats. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll catch you in the next episode.